Right there is good. Welcome to the show. Here we are, episode 57.
2, 1.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Wow!
Welcome in.
We're
back,
We're so
baby.
bad. I missed you.
Missed you too. I know.
I didn't have anyone to hang out with.
No
recording.
And you are having a tough time.
What the f?
Cameras. Oh, there we go. There we
What's
go.
up? Was something wrong?
No. I don't know. Your camera might have been, but it's good now, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Everything's good. Welcome to the
Cool.
episode.
Yeah, episode 57.
Episode 57. Ooh, this is where it gets tough. Got to be some offense.
I can't think of anything remotely related to the number 57. Never mind an athlete that's worn it.
Ryan Spooner?
Ryan Dunn?
Ryan Spooner played for the Bruins in like 2013.
57?
Fourth liner. He wore 51. Damn it.
57,
Close, though. Close. I got
Yeah, we haven't gotten one in forever anyway.
No. What number did Rich Peverly wear back in the day? I think it was 47.
200.
No, that was Krug. I got nothing. I have no idea.
Krug did wear 47. I could have told you that.
Yeah, that was it.
All right, so episode 57. It's Thursday.
Oh, how was your Valentine's Day?
It was good. I made love to many women.
Okay.
Many women.
All right. Nice.
The Virgin Mary.
Oh.
I was actually learning about that in art, and it was like the whole God stuff kind of, I mean, I'm not going to say the R word, but like I got vibes of that. Just starting to learn about it. No, rape.
Oh, wow. Two bad words.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't going to say.
Okay.
But like Jesus was like whispered in like Mary's ear and was like, "You're going to have a kid now. It's going to be mine."
Wait, Jesus said that? I thought Jesus was
Not
Mary's
Jesus.
kid.
I meant God said that. God said that to Mary.
Oh, and he
Yeah, God was like, "You're gonna get pregnant from me," and then Mary like had no choice. Like she just got pregnant, and also like, did they really? Like what was believing in God before Jesus was there? Like, were they all super? I don't understand Christianity or time. Like, what did you call when it was like 500 BC? Where you're like, oh, just waiting 500 years till whatever BC is.
Right.
Right.
What I don't understand, and there's an answer.
Yeah.
I just got to learn it. There's a bunch of books and a bunch of pages of reading, and it's funny because one time I watched a video on like the Old Testament, like that movie we watched, but that's like not related to anything, like Cain and Abel and the boys. Like I don't know, they're not. Those are basically just like stories, but not related to anything that I know.
Well, it's all just story. It's all fables. Like I'm pretty sure.
But I'm like I need a pathway from where that was to where I am now. I haven't got it.
From the Old Testament to the New Testament?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, not a clue. I don't understand it. I think it's just like if we got popular enough, like the Wagon podcast or anything, like say, whatever, Tom Brady grew that popular worldwide, like it would just be a religion.
Right. That's what I say. People argue if Jesus was real or not. And my theory is that I think he was definitely a dude. I think he was like a Martin Luther King or of that time. You know what I mean? Unbelievable public. Darker for sure, Middle East, but
Israelite,
but just an unbelievable public speaker. That I think.
Yeah, I'm sure
fucking popular.
Yeah, I know, crazy stuff. I don't know. A lot of
my question, maybe you can answer with your newfound knowledge that I don't think you actually have because you.
I don't. I just learned about one painting with the Virgin Mary.
So you're like, I don't think this is right.
Well, no, I not that it was wrong. It was just like Jesus was like whispering into her ear and being like, "You're gonna have a kid."
Yeah, morally not right. Not right. Because Adam and Eve, I thought are like the parents of civilization, and Eve ate the apple, and there's sin, and that's why we don't like women. But
that's why they can't vote.
But then there's also Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. So who happened?
Get this. Joseph is like Jesus' stepdad. Like imagine Mary coming home pregnant, and she was like, "Yeah, God impregnated me." And then Joseph's like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. You just hooked up with some other guy.
I got no idea.
You totally just got banged.
And also, we don't have sex ever. It's definitely not yours. Like what?
Yeah, I'm a virgin, and we're married, but we're married, also I'm pregnant with someone's kid that's not yours or anyone else's here. He's a not real figure.
Yeah, you don't know who he is but the son that I'm having, he's gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Right?
And Joseph was just an honest carpenter. I mean, honest
just
carpenter.
Doing his thing. Just doing his thing.
Honest carpenter.
Well, wait, did people know who God was before Jesus was born?
That's what I was asking.
Like,
they must have.
Right? Because if Mary's doing her thing, all of a sudden some dude in like
you know what I think it is? I think God was like God created everything. Like he didn't need to physically create things. He could just create stuff. Like the whole theory was like he created the earth and all these Adam and Eve and that nonsense.
7 days or whatever.
And then I think it was like there's a prophecy for someone to come and like rule all the land and like be the physical embodiment of God. Right. And Jesus fulfilled that prophecy.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I got taken out of church because all the priests and the popes or whatever started raping kids. So
me too. So
why should I believe in this religion?
Right. Blame it on yourself. My thing is like Greek mythology. It's like, it's like Greek mythology is so silly. All those stories. I'm like, really? Because they're way more fun than these. So why don't we just
way cooler. We
got all the boys up there.
It's also cool to say I am blank, son of blank.
So
like
cool.
Like when I was watching Lord of the Rings, it was like I am Aragorn, son of Aragorn. Like that's sick. We should bring that back. Bring that back.
Oh, I'm so down. Yeah, I'm so.
I'm gonna add that to my list of things I don't understand.
Yep, religion.
I added a couple things. Actually, I don't know if we covered them last time.
Okay.
How does toothpaste come out perfectly every time, like with the swirl on it?
Yeah, because what's inside?
If it's in a bottle and you mix it up, like you could squish the tube 1,000 times, press it on the thing, and it's perfect.
Because it's not like in theory, it's like, oh, that makes sense if it's one long single
rope
tube.
But it's a big wide tube, and you squeeze it out, and it's every time it's the perfect little line of red or whatever. Yeah.
How is that going on in there?
How does that happen?
Jumbled together.
I
think what we should do is slice open a thing of toothpaste.
I would do it now, but I just got a fresh white one, all white.
Oh.
I would. But I that's part of the reason. Those are the things why I believe in God.
Okay. Wow.
It's because why does that work? Must be God.
True. He's probably.
It's way easier to just. I think that's why people believe in the religion stuff is because it's way easier than figuring stuff out.
For sure. Usually, I think it stems from like what happens when we die, and maybe not.
Yeah.
Like, what happens?
It's also
when
like
the toothpaste comes out. But
right,
yes.
Right. Should I figure out why I have purpose in life and like how this earth came to be, or should I just have faith and believe in the Lord?
Right. Exactly.
Believe in the Lord. One more. Why we say like century instead of why do we say 21st century instead of like 2010s?
Like why? Yeah. Like why is that a thing to be?
Like why do we say the 14th century instead of the 1300s? Why do we have to go a year ahead, like 100 years ahead, and then?
Yeah. You hardly. Century. Oh, well, because of that, it's like the first century was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not like 101. Because that would technically be the second set of 100. But why even bother? Is what you're saying? Like just call it the 1300s.
Yeah, we'll just call it the 1300s.
Because the default name is like the 14th century. Like I would rather the default name just be the 1300s.
Exactly.
Right. Stop making
the 100s, the 200s. Also, was Jesus just born on zero?
I think that calendar was made very much after that whole thing.
Okay, so they were just going off. They were probably, you know what they were doing? They were going off my 13-month calendar.
They maybe potentially
things were probably working well.
They were doing 10 months for a while, and then the Romans came in and added July for Julius. Right. And
that's so sick. You get your own month.
No, August for Augustus, his son. Yeah.
Augusto. Yeah. Was that pre or post Mesopotamia? Probably post.
Way post.
Post. All right.
I knew that.
Listeners, I'm sure some listeners were wondering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Just give me a Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia is like the first humans, right? So.
Yeah, but that's not zero.
No. It's like negative 2000.
Yeah, it's crazy how but it is crazy the religion stuff. How like everyone's just like, yeah, God did all of this work, not me in the gym.
No, this was God.
This was all God. Glory be.
All right.
Anything else?
God also spent about $21 million at the Super Bowl to have 3 ads about Jesus' feet.
He did. Yeah, he did. And Mark Wahlberg, who some believe is God.
Right.
Yeah. So you want a little transition to
doesn't
Super
seem
Bowl?
like a Jesus thing, but what?
No,
Super
Mark
Bowl.
Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg was talking. Whatever. Super Bowl.
Yeah. I wonder where I'm going to put that intro.
Right in the front. Probably right in the front.
Yep. No, like our jingle. Our jingle.
Oh man, don't just play it like reverb super slow over the whole 10-minute talk about Jesus in time.
The whole time just overlay them. Perfect.
Yeah. This list I got of things I don't understand is growing big.
Nice.
I should remove the Met Gala because I figured that out.
Oh, okay. I kind of did.
You told me about it. It's just an art museum.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what we're going for then. Yeah. Okay.
Art museum?
Yeah, art museum.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep magnets. They did it to fund it.
I'm gonna keep magnets on there.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah, magnets is a really good one.
Super Bowl recap. Chiefs. I mean, it's whatever we talked about happening did happen. It's been a while. No one's coming to this podcast to listen to Super Bowl recap, so I guess we don't have to touch on the big things.
Yeah, I think I might talk about the discourse surrounding it.
Yeah, first thing I'd like to say is last year I loved Rihanna, and this year even more so I fell in love with Alicia Keys. I mean, like, dude, Alicia Keys might be the one. I might settle down.
She might just be.
As long as Jason Derulo was all over her, but we'll figure that out.
Usher.
Dude, mix him up. Brain is mush. Usher, yeah. Sorry, Usher. I know you're listening. Usher was awesome. Other than
and
like
the outfits right after.
The outfits were weird.
Outfits were strange. Yeah, all over Alicia Keys, and then proposed right after the show. So I was like, huh.
What? To her?
Oh yeah. No. Proposed to his girlfriend.
Oh, all right. He was like, that was nothing.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. He didn't propose. They got married. Like a wedding.
Oh, right the same night?
I think so, because they were like in Vegas.
What the fuck?
Yeah, which I'm like, I feel like I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? Like just go
perform at the Super Bowl?
Grind on a really attractive woman for a while in front of 200 million people.
Okay.
And then you're like, let's get married now. Now
you're trying to you're trying to morally one up Usher.
I'm just saying I would get in trouble for doing that.
You're morally better. Because you're not marrying a supermodel.
That's true. And I'm not on stage.
But you never know. You might be.
You never know. You never know.
We won't rule anything out. But she was awesome.
She's really good. For me, I was like, Usher. It turns out I'm not a huge Usher fan because I know one song that he's singing. And then Alicia Keys gets on, and I'm like, here we go. So my thing is like, let's let the women who were popular in the 2000s and the early 2010s run every Super Bowl show.
She was amazing. She was amazing. Luda came out wearing football pads, ready to go.
So did Lil Jon, I think.
Lil Jon, and then some other dude I didn't know, and then the girl that was shredding on guitar. She was awesome.
Yeah, she was cool.
I don't know who that was either, but she was amazing.
No Justin Bieber. He said he wasn't feeling it.
Wasn't feeling it. I saw he was in the stands, like basically naked, being like, "I knew the Chiefs were going to win." I saw a video of him being like, "I told y'all." Like, well, half the people in the world said the Chiefs were going to win, so it's not just you.
There you go, Justin. He's had a little bit of a renaissance as a sports fan. I feel like with his performance at the NHL All-Star Game.
That was crazy.
It's been good stuff for him lately, in my opinion.
So actual football talk. The main takeaway. Well, we can get into it. I haven't given my take about the Super Bowl yet. I wasn't a big fan of it as far as the game goes. We never talked about that. For me, it was just like the first half, nothing happened. There was not a single memorable play other than like
the trick play was cool.
A Juwan Jennings trick play, who, by the way, would have won Super Bowl MVP if the Niners had pulled that game off.
For sure.
But the first quarter was 0-0, and then Juwan Jennings like throws a pass to Christian McCaffrey and they score, which is like relative. Maybe I'm just comparing it to past Super Bowls, which have all been like really fun.
Last year's was so fun.
Yeah. But also like all the Patriots stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not into it as much as I was anymore. But for me, the game wasn't like that crazy. There was no real big headlines other than this one, which is like Kyle Shanahan fucked up the overtime thing.
Okay.
That's all it was to me.
Right. Did you watch it with a bunch of people or did you watch it by yourself?
I watched it with Like 3 or 4 other people. I think like 3 who have been their first full complete football game of the year.
Okay, gotcha.
So that probably didn't help because I wasn't talking much about football. I did have a couple Miller High Lifes, I will admit. And then me and this other, like we were just chopping up about football, but I wasn't dialed in like I had been in the past, so that probably has something to do with it.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I agree. So my experience was I was with everyone. It was the friends here. We went to Lane's house, and they're not crazy into football except for that one with Kevin. Kevin's obviously very into it, but they're all very anti-Chiefs, like very, very anti-Chiefs. So they're into it in that regard.
Everyone I was with was wearing "Let's Go Taylor's Boyfriend" shirts.
Oh, okay. So a little different vibe. So they were very into it in that regard. But the first half, I was like, we were worried because we were like, damn, this is going to be Patriots Rams all over again. Now, for me, what made this game awesome was, I don't know, so I'm wondering if you just didn't feel this at all, but when it started to get down to the wire and things started to really happen, it was so tense where I was. Like, everyone was like, everyone was so locked in. Every single play that happened, we were like, oh, fuck, because it was all, it felt like that's why I started like almost subconsciously rooting for Mahomes, because it felt exactly the same way. Maybe this is just the way my brain works, that I felt when I was watching Brady. It was like the same thing. Cause I was like, wow, is Brady really going to get his 5th? You know, like back then, is Brady really going to get his 6th? That's why I felt. I'm like, wow, is Mahomes really going to get his 3rd? Like, and shut all these people up. It's all the like external things. Like, is that really going to come true right now? And I think that's what everybody was feeling, especially because they hated the Chiefs so much. Like, are they really going to do it? So every play for like basically that whole 4th quarter and overtime was like, oh my God. They're always so that for me was why I enjoyed it so much, and it was just so tense at the end.
Yeah, I definitely didn't feel any of that at all. So that's probably didn't help. I'm not saying it was a bad football game. I'm just saying it wasn't like take all of the antics out. Like, it wasn't a memorable one, in my opinion. Like, if this was week 8 or something, it would have been like not the craziest. Yeah, not the craziest highlights. Which is like, that's why I hate the week of media buildup for like a mediocre game, the Super Bowl halftime show, all these crazy headlines, like everyone has parties for it, and then if it's like a good, hard-fought football game, but the score is like 17-10, no one, like, what is that? That's not fun at all.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Like, it's a week of build-up for, like, that's why, imagine like a soccer game, well, that's going to be a bad comparison because it's going to be so tense. It's going to be so tense, but like
0-0.
Imagine like a week build-up for the NBA Finals for one game and the score's like 89-95.
Yeah.
That would have, Which I'm not saying that's what the Super Bowl was, but for me, it just seemed like the teams were like, neither team really wanted to win. And then the 49ers,
defensive. Yeah.
The 49ers fumbled a punt, and then you just give Patrick Mahomes an opportunity, and he just goes and wins the game. Yeah.
Yeah. That last, I don't know. I thought the overtime was really fun, but there wasn't a lot of like crazy plays except for that trick play and then the muff, which was like 1 touchdown. Yeah. In terms of iconic moments.
Shout out me for hitting many of prop bets.
Those insane bets, which you got. There were some comments that were like, "Get this guy some help. This guy needs to be checked in."
Well, get this guy some help at the bank because he's buying bets.
Please, excuse me.
I need someone to carry all this money out of the bank.
Yeah, with me. Jeez. Yeah, that's awesome. McCole Hardman catching that game winner is crazy.
Yeah, he like blacked out in the end zone. That was crazy.
Yeah, and he just like got cut almost earlier in the season. Yeah, like he was just on the Jets. And
but classic franchise team like the Patriots like to let a guy walk because realizes he thinks he's worth too much money and then bring him back he comes to be awesome. But
I talk about the aura, like the Super Bowl is my number one probably aura. I know you're not as big a Super Bowl guy, but I thought Vegas did a great job, and I love it was cool to see that stadium. The stadium's always just like black because it's the Raiders. Yeah. Like it's all just like no colors at all. It was cool to see that stadium colorful. They had like these massive banners hanging up like over on the side of the river. I thought whenever they showed like the field view and like that was the backdrop, I was like, oh, this is so cool. You know what I mean? Because some stadiums I remember the Atlanta Super Bowl and like it just didn't feel like the Super Bowl at all for whatever reason. Like,
that stadium's weird.
Yeah, that stadium's weird. Like sometimes it's just
that stadium's like there's always a shadow in the stadium.
Yeah. So it's like
it's weird.
Yeah, sometimes, but like the Arizona Super Bowls always feel like the Super Bowl, you know.
I
So it's
think
just
I think Vegas will end up being like a stop. They go every 3 years or something,
like
just because it's
Arizona. Yeah,
such a
yeah,
high. There's so much going on there because it's Vegas.
agree. Yeah,
Another takeaway I had is that like we talked about it before, but you can't beat Patrick Mahomes with just like a good defense and having good stars on offense and stuff. You need a quarterback that is an elite quarterback that will win the game. You can't just play a football game because Patrick Mahomes will beat you. You need to beat Patrick Mahomes. Like the only times he's been beaten in the playoffs, Tom Brady, obviously Tom Brady, and Joe Burrow, who, whether or not you think he's great, that game he went and beat the Chiefs. Like he made the plays at the end of the game.
oh yeah,
Scored the touchdowns. Like you can't like Brock Purdy, at least right now, is not that elite level talent. We know that because of this game.
yep.
He didn't go and make like drives at the end of the game to win or whenever he needed to do it. So that's how you beat Mahomes.
He was fine.
Doesn't matter.
He didn't
Doesn't
make
matter.
mistakes.
He was competent. Like he's good enough for that offense to win 13 games a
Get to
year
the Super Bowl.
forever.
Yep.
And maybe win a couple if you play like if the Lions, not the Lions because that wouldn't work. But if you played some other AFC team, like I could see them winning a Super Bowl, but not against Patrick Mahomes.
No, yeah, I think that's a good point. Like you can't have your you need your quarterback to at least play as good as Mahomes. Probably have to outplay him. Like you can't. Like your quarterback needs to go out and be great.
You have to have a quarterback that outplays Patrick Mahomes, or you can't win the game. And Brock Purdy is just not better than Patrick Mahomes.
No, yeah,
Like I think there's only a small list of guys. Like I want to say, like obviously there's guys we know that would do it, but like even like a CJ Stroud, just from the vibes I got this year, like it seems like he has that winner in him to go out at the end of the game and win the game.
Yeah,
you know, like but Brock Purdy just doesn't.
No, yeah, it's just not. Yeah, it's he isn't there yet. So that's a good point though. It'll be interesting. The what's interesting, like, and we said it leading up to it, but like so many prominent media members are now like Mahomes is the GOAT. And it blows my mind. I know it's like a lot of it is just for clicks, but it's not just like one crazy take. It's like virtually all of them are like, yeah, it's the greatest of all time.
That's what I'm saying. There's nothing to talk about after the Super Bowl because there's no headlines. Like I was telling you that it was like if Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl, people are going to start comparing him skill wise, whatever it is, to the best quarterback of all time because there's going to be nothing else to talk about if the Chiefs win.
Yeah.
If the 49ers won, it would be like, Patrick Mahomes is beatable? Is Brock Purdy elite?
Shanahan,
like how good is Kyle Shanahan? Everything, and now it's just like Patrick Mahomes is all time great. Kyle Shanahan sucks. Brock Purdy's mediocre. Christian McCaffrey will never win a Super Bowl. Those were the headlines. That's why I wanted the 49ers to win because it would be much more fun of a discourse.
Yeah,
than just being like the Chiefs are that good.
I've been seeing these TikToks that are like the only man who can beat Mahomes, and it's just like Brady, and it's everyone's like Brady, please come back, please come. And it's just so interesting. It's like that's why people like what is it called, anthropology or whatever, the study of like humans and like whatever. It's just like
anthropology.
how things sway. Like our childhood was everyone hating Brady. Everyone hated Tom Brady,
and now everyone's like, yep.
It's completely different. Now everyone's like, I hate Mahomes. So
if you live, what is this saying? If you live long enough as the villain, you'll become the hero.
No, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. It's Chris Nolan's best written line, probably written by his brother Jonathan. But yeah,
whatever.
Oh my god, whatever. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Andy Reid, GOAT coach. Can he be? Agree or disagree?
No,
I have the numbers if you'd like him.
He won't coach long enough, but. It's so weird, dude. I was looking at Belichick's stats on the Browns when he got fired after 5 years and they were under 500. And then he just went on, got Brady and won 6 Super Bowls. It's going to be interesting to watch these documentaries with what really happened. Because I've been seeing some quotes that are like Tom Brady was pushed to the point of like not going to practice and just retiring because he was
Gronk.
So
and Gronk actually did. But there was
and Gronk was like, Gronk was like, I'm not getting out of the car. I'm not going to practice.
Yeah. I saw Edelman talk about it, and he was like, "To be honest, no idea what I said in that interview. So I'm just as excited as everyone."
Edelman's awesome.
Yeah, no, he's great.
But as far as like the pushing the media narrative thing, like best coach, I think that there's like some sports higher up that controls all of these sports companies. And is like, here are the things all of your people are going to talk about, and is Patrick Mahomes the GOAT? Because it's like you have to talk about something that gets people going.
Yeah, it's almost like I feel like I was early a few weeks ago being like he's the second greatest player ever, and that would get clicks. And now it's like all this. It's just funny.
There are some. Let me see if I took notes. There were some crazy Patrick Mahomes stats.
Oh, it's absurd.
Like he already has the most rushing yards by a quarterback in the Super Bowls. He's one playoff away from being the second most playoff wins of all time.
Yeah.
I think we already covered that, but like he's in his sixth. He's in his sixth season.
Yeah, it's silly. It's silly. But
it is crazy too how we keep saying he's in his sixth season and Brady had more rings.
Yeah,
he's in his seventh, but he didn't start a year. But like Brady had
the same exact thing.
Yeah, the same
exact thing though. Like
I know, sad a year. Yep.
And also, I think I'm trying to think. 6 years starting, is that 07? So he goes 16-0 and torches the league in one of those 6 years. So
yeah, and then
right. Like so again, greatest player ever. But whatever.
We'll be recapping it through these documentaries, which we'll update soon about. We don't know how they're coming out.
Yeah, I got to see if those. I'm gonna be pissed if that all comes out at once.
We should just do. I know. But we can still just watch them once a day, like once every other day or something, and then let's just post like a half an hour review of each episode, and then just post that individually.
Totally agree.
With nothing else.
That would be sweet. Yeah, because we can just hop on here and do that real quick.
Yeah,
I can't wait. I'm gonna be dialed in. Okay. Anything else on the Super Bowl? I'm trying to think.
Not on the Super Bowl. I don't know.
Anything football wise? I'm trying to think if we want anything you want to see in that Patriots documentary? Anything you're looking forward to?
I mean, I'd love to hear, just like all other Patriots fans, I'd love to hear from Bill Belichick anything other than like, we're on to Cleveland, we're on to Pittsburgh, we're on to the Dolphins. Like, I just want to know what his day-to-day, just a little bit. Like, I know he's not going to give a bunch, but just a little bit would be cool. I don't think we'll get. I don't know though, because he sits down and talks.
I know the one guy I have this weird feeling that we're gonna get a lot from just because of the trailer is Kraft.
Aaron Hernandez. Oh, okay.
That too, though we are, which I'm very.
Yeah, I heard he interviewed, but
I don't think he interviewed.
I don't know. Well, he called in from prison, I think.
No. He's dead.
Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah.
The New England tight end?
Well, he's not. No, he's formerly, but
number 88, the New England tight end.
No, 81, I think. And
he was 81.
No,
I was thinking of Martellus Bennett.
Good player. No, he's died actually. He's passed.
What the hell? No, I'm not looking for anything. I think if I like expect things to happen and they don't, then I'll be like, this is dumb.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about?
No, I gave up the bit. I gave up the bit.
Yeah.
But it's like I go into the documentary being like, I want to hear Robert Kraft every day during the Super Bowl. Like, I don't. Yeah. And it doesn't happen. No, then after I'm going to be like, this show was dumb. So I'm just going to go in empty thoughts and just hope it's good.
Yeah. Good call. That's a good call. All right. Do you want to get into it? We have our mock draft with Andrew Gecse.
We do have our mock draft with, which by the way, we hate this person right now because he screwed us.
Well, he's trying to work his way back into our good graces.
He is. We have a mock draft with our good college football insider, Andrew Gecse, who, by the way, is doing another year of college for us, so that way he remains a college football insider for a year.
Was huge. That was huge. So we have a year to search for his replacement.
All right, we're back with our. Actually, wait, we hate you because you dissed us. Yeah, fuck you.
I forgot.
We're back. We're back with our college insider, who is an enemy of the state right now. But we're still going to use him for his college football brain. He's here very early mock draft for the 2024 NFL draft. Now that the Super Bowl is over, it's time to talk about next year.
Yes.
Right away. So.
Right away.
Yeah. How you been, Andrew? You been good?
Been fine. 2024.
How was your Valentine's Day?
It was all right.
Hell yeah.
Why is your name Walter Mundell?
He was Jimmy Carter's vice president. I've been running through the VPs.
Yeah, he has every different VP from worst to best. I think he's going.
Jimmy Carter, yeah,
sweet
yeah.
Walt.
Yep. Yeah. So I did a little mock draft here too. I just did the top 10 teams, but I'll let you take the stage since you're obviously the guy that knows things.
Right, the expert. Speaking of, before we go, did you see the trailer to the new football video game?
Yeah, it was sweet.
College?
It was sick.
Looked very cool.
And
that is a game. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to buy a PS5 or an Xbox One to play it, which sucks. I think it's the new gen. Yeah.
Oh yeah. God.
I know. We're getting old.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll buy it and never play it too.
Yeah. You play it for like a month and then it's like, well,
that was $100 and I bought a new PlayStation. So really ring me.
What do you guys think's gonna be on the cover?
Saban.
Has to be Saban.
Has to be Saban, right?
Probably.
It's either gonna be Saban or like almost like a collage of like a ton of different guys. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool. Collage would be cool. I've been doing the. I didn't bring the Xbox out here just because it couldn't fit, and there's been times where I'm like, damn, we really want to fire that thing up right now. And
dude, yeah, I don't have mine down at school either, and I'm sitting like, I don't do anything fun down here.
I will say I got the new Madden a couple weeks ago because it was on sale, and I grew up playing a lot of 2K instead of Madden. Like I would play Madden, but just like fuck around. I wouldn't do any rebuilds or anything. And I hopped in the Madden one the other day, and it's way less fun because it's real. It's actually like you have to actually make trades. In the 2K one, I could just make an all-star team in 30 seconds.
Yeah,
it's so insane.
Hard to do in Madden.
There's no more forced trade.
Yeah, I don't want to sign any players or deal with the coaches or anything.
I don't want to send my first-round pick for like some scrub. Like, it's stupid.
Right. I personally love it. So I log years in there. I'm on 2028 with the Panthers.
Oh, when I'm home on break, I'm in like year like 2045. I have like Arch Manning's kids. Yeah.
Oh, Arch Manning's on the Colts. Yeah. He's dominating. Yeah.
That's fun.
He's nasty. I gotta start filming those. That makes some awesome content.
Yeah, that'd be really fun. I'd definitely watch.
Yeah.
All right, so let's give it a show. Mock Draft 1, Andrew Gecse edition.
You want to go pick for pick?
Like you and me?
Yeah, since you had the top 10, I have the top 15.
Comparatively?
Yeah, compare and contrast.
Yeah, sure. Mine, I'll say this. I'll preface mine with I did things that may be a little unrealistic. Like I didn't go crazy unrealistic, but I went with things that are like would make some fun headlines. Like things that probably won't happen, but like
in mine.
I have a couple trades, but if they were to happen, like it would make for a fun NFL offseason. What do you think the Bears?
I have one because Caleb Williams. You have to take him, dude.
Because, I have the Bears. I have the Bears trading the pick. I don't know. I'm in between on what they should do because I you should take Caleb Williams because he's Caleb Williams. But if they were to trade the pick, I said they traded down with Minnesota, got like 3 first-round picks and their 11th pick. Minnesota gets the first-round pick. Justin Jefferson is paired with Caleb Williams.
Damn. Yeah. That'd be crazy. But, like, if you're the Bears, though, like, you have to take him. Because now you can build around him for what's the 5 years where they don't have to pay him? Or 4 years where they just don't have to pay him? And Fields, you got to pay, next year?
I know. It would make a lot more sense, and it's what they would do. They also probably wouldn't send him to a division rival where they'd have to pay him a bunch. But I was just thinking, like, him and Justin Jefferson would be fucking awesome. So that's my mock draft. Yeah. What things would be fucking awesome? It would be awesome if Caleb Williams played with Justin Jefferson. So
yeah, they would get a haul.
They would get a haul.
They would get a haul, and it's also like things you never like. The draft goes like things you never expect. So like if that ends up happening, like I'm
before the draft, like how many people thought Carolina was going to trade up for the number 1 pick? Like I didn't see it happening.
And how many people thought
Houston?
The Houston have 2 top 3 picks.
Yeah, and both of them hit.
Yeah.
No, that's fire. I love both those. I think it's going to be Williams, but honestly, it's not like 100% for me at all if they keep that pick, just because it's the Bears. And I wouldn't be shocked if there's so much heat from Bears fans to keep Fields. So I really wouldn't be shocked if it ends up being a trade for them. And that makes a lot of sense. Now, obviously the division rival thing, but again, it is the Bears. So
it's the same thing though. Like how many times are you just going to like, maybe Fields is the guy, and then we do this when you have, the best quarterback prospect since Lawrence or since Luck, whatever you want to say, or Burrow, just in your lap.
Yeah.
Like at some point, it's the same thing like with the Patriots. At some point, you just have to take the guy.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, you do it, but it's also like if if the Bears, you're going to take him because you haven't had a good quarterback in your entire franchise history, and you have one sitting in your lap, like you're saying. But like, imagine Caleb Williams doesn't turn out to be like a Hall of Famer.
Oh, then do you imagine if he's like a prima donna and like, I don't know if you guys saw his GQ interview. His GQ interview was brutal.
He wore a dress, right?
Yeah. I could care less about like what he's wearing if he can play football, but just like some of the dialogue.
But imagine Caleb Williams doesn't turn out to be this Hall of Fame player. Then like, what more can you do as the Bear? Like as the Bears front office, how could you get a better prospect?
No, yeah. And you should get a second round pick for Fields if you were to trade him. Like you have to trade him if you almost have to trade him now.
Yeah, I know, and then you would just draft night. But I also think the Bears are kind of in love with like last year trading their first round pick and having another first round pick this year. Like if they traded it and got 3 future first round picks, then they could just keep falling in love with more first round picks and first round picks.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. All right, pick 2.
Washington. I had another trade here, another fun theoretical trade. They trade with the Chargers, who are picking 5th, and the Chargers draft Marvin Harrison, Justin Herbert, and Jim Harbaugh. I think that would be like as much of an electric team as you can get.
Wow. Yeah, I went Drake May.
Okay, yeah.
Just the easy. Yeah.
Are you? Yeah. If you're in the like Commanders front office, are you not worried about the whole UNC quarterback thing?
No. Yeah, that's like the guy can just flat out ball. Like what? He's like he's Herbert. He's 6'5" with an absolute howitzer for an arm. Like again, at some point, like these NFL GMs just have to stop overanalyzing everything and just take the dude that's 6'5" and can throw it 75 yards on a line. Like I don't care if he won or lost in college. He produced with not great wide receivers. I mean, they had the Des Walker kid and then Downs. But Downs is like a midget, and Des Walker only got to play half the year. Like UNC was good because of Drake May. So, take the safe pick.
Yeah, I love the get that. There. Marvin Harrison pick though. That'd be sweet.
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be so cool.
If the Commanders are almost in the same thing as the Bears. Like, just take the guy that can change your franchise.
Yeah. You know, Sam Howell is not going to turn in anything.
No. And you could probably get what?
Yeah, you could definitely.
You could probably get like a 4th rounder for him from some like I don't know, like Denver.
I was like their new coach, new management stuff. I definitely don't see them staying with. I see them definitely taking a quarterback, whoever it may be. I also kind of
Kingsbury's there now.
Right. I'm also high on Drake May, which is why I didn't want him going second because I had the Patriots taking him with the 3rd pick.
Yeah. I have the Patriots trading with Atlanta, and then Atlanta selecting Jaden Daniels.
Why?
Don't do that to me,
dude. Why? That's what they're gonna do. The more things change, the more they stay the same. The Patriots are gonna trade back. They're gonna sign like a Cousins or a Russell Wilson's for a year and just keep waiting and keep waiting. It's the same thing.
New coach.
Yeah, I disagree because it's completely new there. I disagree.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I was going to do like a fake mock draft and see how long I could get you guys. And I had them taking Joe Alt. But then I went on a run of like 4 wide receivers, and none of them were Marvin Harrison. And then Atlanta trading with Miami, and Miami drafting the Tagovailoa brother.
Talia.
And then the Bears drafting 2 more quarterbacks just to load up as many quarterbacks as possible.
Good.
I was gonna rip that, but I didn't.
I mean,
but if the Patriots stay, I would hope they take Daniels or even just take Marvin Harrison. Like, either way, I'd be happy. Just don't take the tackle.
Don't take the tackle. You just give us a skill. Give us someone to be excited about.
And you think they're trading down?
Yeah, I could see it.
There was a report saying if Elliott Wolf ends up being in charge, which he is, me and Quinn talked about it, but if Elliott Wolf ends up being in charge, expect the Patriots to take a long, hard look at drafting a tackle.
Yeah.
So is that dude that's like funny looking, like kind of looks like a just total dweeb?
Elliott Wolf? Yes, he's the GM of the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's not like the official title GM. They're just like acting like he is. found this guy on Twitter, Joe_A_NFL. He has less than 1,000 followers, and he's been posting these like QB prospect cards with his like draft and like analysis for every single player in the draft. And I'm just gonna believe him, I think, for the rest of the year because he just disputes everyone in his comments, and it's like perfect. But I don't know enough about college football yet to be like, this guy's wrong. And he breaks everything down. Like he's got Drake May here. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't.
Nope, not really.
Whatever. But he's got Drake May as the best quarterback in the draft with a 3.8 grade. I don't know, whatever, dude. But he's speaking highly of him, and I'm listening to Joe A. So
yeah. I could also see like how we mentioned the Texans going second and 3. What if the Bears do that with the Pats and trade them Fields and then the 9th pick for our first rounder?
And then they take
Marv.
Wow, that'd be awesome.
And then
that would be fun. I'd be pissed because we'd be stuck, but also it'd be like, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, but then you have the possibilities of Daniels falling.
Right.
It was at 9. Like,
okay,
crazy.
So where are we?
There's so pick 4.
That was the top 3. So my top 3 was what?
So pick 4. So Gecse has the Falcons taking Jaden Daniels at 3, and Quinn has the Patriots taking Jaden Daniels at 3. Or Drake May.
Drake May.
Drake May at 3. Gotcha.
I'd be fine.
Cardinals, I have taken Marvin Harrison Jr. Probably the best player in the draft.
Yep. Probably.
Fair.
Simple.
I was gonna do that, and then I realized I don't want Michael Gannon to be in charge of Marvin Harrison Jr. or that little short dude throwing him the ball. So that's why I did the whole Chargers thing. This is where I did the Falcons trade up and take Jaden Daniels.
Oh wow! Okay, they both ended up.
I did the same thing, just a pick later. Yeah, I mean, he'd be that. How awesome would that backfield be?
Yeah,
electric.
Him and Bijan. Yeah, that'd be something.
With didn't they sign somebody like real? They signed Kubiak as the OC. Clint.
Yes. No, that was the Saints.
No, that was Saints. I don't know who they signed somebody relevant.
Who again was like the slam dunk best OC candidate. So like, why did we not? I just don't understand. If I know that he's going to be the best OC, why don't the Patriots know? You know what I mean?
Because NFL teams always try to just outsmart everybody, and it never works. Never.
The son of Gary Kubiak, who was on the 49ers staff, I guarantee he's going to be a great OC.
Yeah, and everything from the Shanahan tree is just gold. So
yeah. And again, he's Gary Kubiak's son. So it's like, what are we? Yeah.
All right, so the Chargers, I had the Chargers taking Romo Dunze.
Yep, banger.
Reports coming out that he ran a 4.34 at 2:15. Can't miss
bigger
that.
Than you think.
That's crazy.
Bigger than you think.
Yep.
Yeah, bigger than you think.
He's a stud.
Yeah,
this was the pick where I had Washington trading with the Chargers, so this is Washington's pick, and I had them taking Joe Alt. You get your franchise left tackle. I mean, you definitely need to figure out the quarterback thing, maybe take care of it later in the draft, but new owners, they're
Deep
like,
class.
Let's get a guy that'll be there for 15 years. They have the wide receivers already. And like no one's saying anything bad about Joe Alt, so I think it's a good pick for Washington.
Sure. Up the line. Let's run it back with Sam Howell for a year, see what you have.
Yeah, and then bank on getting back Ewers or Shador next year.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing about the Patriots taking a quarterback in this draft. Like, we don't want to wait till next year because there are no good quarterbacks.
No, the only one I'd like is Beck.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love Shador.
Beck is so much better than Shador.
So I don't know, dude. Shador's pretty electric.
Beck might have been the best quarterback in the country last year. Hot take.
Yeah, you're so high on him.
He's the best processor at the position. He runs an NFL offense. He is so good. You ever see him like put a ball in harm's way? Nope.
No, that's true. But I mean, neither did Stetson Bennett. So,
well,
different offenses. He has Bobo. Like Bobo has a pretty good track record with QBs too. I think he was Stafford's OC. He basically plays like Stafford. He's so good, and he's like not a lot of tread on the tires. Only his first year starting, so I bet you he's going to win the Heisman. You can bookmark that.
All right,
I'm going to take the kid from Syracuse. Also, Stetson Bennett didn't what's his name just transfer there from Ohio State?
Oh, McCord.
Oh yeah, that bum.
I'm gonna take the Bridgewater State kid. You guys
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. That kid's
shout out,
whoever
you are.
Whoever you are, shout out. I don't know how I don't know you. You grew up 20 minutes from my house.
Yeah. Stetson Bennett would have been a starter if he didn't get a DUI. That's all I was gonna say. But
I think he's in rehab.
Really?
Oh, really? Shout out.
Yeah, he was away from. I think he's been away from the Rams for like all year.
Oh,
damn!
Shout out.
Bummer.
Some people can't handle the spotlight.
All right. Well.
All right. Sixth pick. Giants. I had them taking Malik Neighbors. Like they need a wide receiver.
So did I.
Like,
yep.
And Neighbors is another one of those LSU guys. Just go.
Yeah.
Like, it's simple. Again, this has been like a super simple draft. Just take the best player available.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which right?
It seems like that should always be the strategy on these things, but it's not how it ever goes.
The Jaguars are like, I'm going to take Travon Walker.
Yeah. Like, or like, what was it? The Raiders that one year. I'm going to take Cleveland Farrell at 4 with like, I don't even know. He wasn't even the best player on that Clemson D-line. Like Dexter Lawrence, Christian Wilkins. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Who are both better.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Also, it's a bummer. Malik Neighbors is just, if he gets drafted by the Giants, he'll just suck because the Giants can't turn any wide receivers into decent wide receivers. So that sucks for him. But
I don't know. I got faith in them. You got faith
in Danny Dimes?
I got faith in Brian Daboll. They just because they do have like these garbage players that like make catches. Like they had a sneaky better receiving core than like the Patriots did in terms of like production. So it's bad.
They had the worst receiving core in the NFL this year by far.
Yeah. They suck.
But
they
suck. But like
playable with the Pats.
They suck. But I'm like, oh, who's that? Who's that kid? I don't know. I forget his name. Wan'Dale Robinson. He'd be the best receiver on the Patriots.
Terrible.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
You know, right?
He was really good at Kentucky with Will Levis.
Yeah, Levis.
All right, let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Speaking of Will Levis.
Yeah, Titans. Again, best player available. Take Brock Bowers. You have 0 offensive weapons. Treylon Burks stinks. Derrick Henry's probably gone.
Yep.
Like what? Nico Westbrook-Akini or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Just take Brock Bowers. Take a difference maker.
Tajay.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good. He was a beast at Tulane. If you ever watch his highlights, ridiculous. I was watching some Michael Pratt highlights the other day, the quarterback there, because I think he could be like a late steal, like a Dak Prescott. That running back, he was nasty. If you watch that game versus USC where they beat them, it was just like, whoa.
He was going crazy. I had them taking that tackle out of Penn State.
Olu Fashanu?
Fashanu or something, yeah. Just because, the Titans suck, and they need a good offensive tackle, or else you're not really the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, I was thinking tackle, but then I was like, new coach, offensive-minded, probably wants a weapon that he can build around.
Fair enough.
Bowers.
It would make more sense. It would make more sense, 100%.
Both fair, but
especially because they took Skoronski last year too.
Oh, true.
Right. Yeah, they did.
Take Skoronski. Yeah. The way the Titans have sort of like been operating this offseason, I feel like has just been like, oh, we're just going to be like boringly bad, and so I feel like
they might not win a game.
Yeah, and I don't hate Levis, you know.
No, Will Levis will win them a couple games, like 2 or 3, but they're going to be really bad.
They're going to be real bad.
Yeah.
I don't know
especially without Vrabel.
Yeah,
they're going to lose by 120 to the Dolphins.
That was the only thing keeping them in games. I'm like, oh, well, with Vrabel, like they're always going to be like a difficult team to beat. Now we just have some dude like who is Zach Taylor's OC,
Brian Callahan or something like that.
Yeah. Who again is I like what the Bengals did, but yeah.
All right, so who's up now? Atlanta, but I have it as the Pats. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Atlanta. Pats. So it's the Pats because I had the trade. Joe Alt. Best player available.
Okay.
It's that simple. I think that's what they're going to do.
Damn you.
Man.
They might just take him at 3.
If that does happen, none of your family is safe. So you better hope it doesn't. But, I mean, yeah, he's going to be a good player. Like me and Matt were saying he's going to be a Hall of Famer probably, but he's like never going to win MVP.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like Quentin Nelson. Like,
which would be awesome. Yeah. If I was like the Bengals or something right now, like that'd be odd to take someone like that. But I don't like, man.
Yeah.
Give me a player I can root for.
Please.
Yeah.
Nobody's buying a Joe
I
jersey.
I was gonna say I saw this on Twitter the other day. He was like, "If you're a Patriots fan right now, whose jersey are you buying?" Gonzalez. That
Peppers.
Yeah, I think he's a free agent.
No, it would definitely be. He is. It would definitely be
David Andrews.
I'd probably buy it. Yeah,
David Andrews is a good pick. Honestly,
Yeah, literally. I think I used to have a Hightower jersey.
Yep. Now you can
Chad Ryland.
Yeah, literally.
So this pick for me
Bears
is the
Bears.
Well, no, I still haven't. Well, wait your turn.
Oh shit.
This is the Cardinals pick for me.
Right.
I had them taking Dallas Turner out of a small school in somewhere down south. I never heard of it.
Yep.
Doa.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Gannon's just gonna. I think he just wants some defensive guys to play with. He was like, dude, that I can't even picture him taking like a wide receiver after that. Still, that video rings in my head of him going like shots, pew, two. I'm like, there's no way this guy's ever gonna run a competent offense at all. Like this team's gonna be terrible, and it'd be awesome if they could
they weren't that bad.
They weren't that bad.
Yeah, they weren't
because Kyler Murray's awesome.
Yeah, they weren't terrible with Josh Dobbs. They weren't as bad as they thought they were going to be.
That was the Josh Dobbs.
Beat the Cowboys.
Now, you give him Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, but he already had like really good DeAndre Hopkins, and they were good though. They were good that year.
He didn't have Hopkins.
Gannon? No, he never had Hopkins. I don't.
It was his first year.
Oh no, I didn't mean Gannon. I just meant Kyler Murray.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So too. Now they have Hollywood Brown.
Right.
Who I think
the Dallas Turner, the defensive pick makes sense there for Gannon. I feel like if Dallas Turner is available and if they do trade back, I feel like he would pick the best edge rusher.
Yeah, he's a difference maker. Saw it in every game this year. He was awesome this year. SEC Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah,
I think him and Braswell led the SEC with like 89 pressures combined, something like that.
Is he going to be like the best defensive player in the draft? That's the first defensive.
Defense, right?
I just don't think I think there's a lot. I don't know if there's a lot of like high end stuff like you saw last year with Will Anderson, Jalen Carter, Tyree Wilson. But there's a lot of I don't know.
B+.
Yeah, there's a lot of Barmore's, which Barmore's a really good player, but he went in the second round.
Yeah.
How about that kid from Iowa?
The white.
Isn't he supposed to be like a first round pick?
Yeah, he might. I think he's probably a first round corner.
Get that kid running routes.
4 or 5.
Get that kid running routes. I mean, what are we doing? Get him on the right side of the ball. Okay?
Yeah.
He would. I mean, thank God Bill Belichick is no longer the coach of the Patriots because that kid would be. We would trade up to the first overall pick and draft that kid.
Cooper.
Yeah.
Yep.
He'd be returning punts all day.
1,000,000%. All right, next pick.
Bears pick at 9.
Yep.
I went weird with this one. I think they're going to go Jared Verse, the D end out of Florida State.
Yeah.
Good player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good player. I think you pair him with Montez Sweat and then Dweeberflus. Not bad there.
No, Montez Sweat was awesome at the end of the year last year. I took Rome Odunze. I don't know who's better between him or Malik Neighbors, but I just kind of flipped the coin.
It's a toss-up. I think you could honestly put Odunze and Neighbors in the same tier as Marvin Harrison Jr.
That's crazy.
I know,
they're both so good.
I believe the hype around Marvin Harrison Jr. is unreal.
Yeah. The thing is, with those type of wide receivers, they hardly ever miss. So I think it's warranted. You know,
and I know, I saw this the other day too. He's like, look at Marvin Harrison Jr.'s quarterback, and then look at the other two's quarterbacks, Penix, and then Jaden Daniels. Big drop off, huge drop.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
but if you're the Bears, both of these drafts, I think aren't the worst ever. I mean,
no.
For me, you get Rome Odunze. You have the 11th pick, and then 3 other first-round picks. For you get maybe
Caleb Williams and
one of the best defensive players in the draft. So
Who's the other? Who did you pick? What did you do, Quinn? With the?
I traded it to the Vikings.
Oh, right. So this is their first
for
pick. Gotcha.
Their entire future.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So when the Vikings pick in like 2 picks or whatever, so the Bears pick again.
Yeah, they pick 11th, I think, but I only did the top 10 picks. So.
Oh,
bummer.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
10.
10 is the Jets.
Jets. I have them taking the Olu Fashanu, the Penn State tackle.
Yep.
Just beef up the O-line.
Good pick.
I had them
trading. You don't really need anything else.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Plus, with Rodgers, you want a guy to protect him.
Yeah.
I had him trading with Indianapolis, who would take Brock Bowers and Anthony Richardson. 2 guys.
Damn.
2 guys. I think that'd be fun. They also
Pat McAfee would freak out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I was also looking at their tight end depth chart, and it was like it was like Mo Alley Cox. It was one guy.
Yeah.
It was like Mo Alley Cox and no one else. So they definitely could
serviceable.
Use a tight end. Yeah.
I thought Kobe Fleener was going to be there forever. Remember that guy?
Oh yeah.
Fleener.
From the Saints.
Yeah. What happened to that guy?
I don't know. I thought he was going to be awesome, but no.
That's that dude. That would be real exciting. 2 SEC dogs.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be really cool.
You stopped at 10. You said.
Yeah, I can go off the top. I'll just have who's next?
Minnesota.
The Bears, for you.
Oh, Bears for me. Bears take Jack Plummer.
Nice.
From some school.
Louisville.
Unrelated to Jake.
Good player.
Yep. I had them going Byron Murphy, the D tackle from Texas. Yeah, I just thought it was either going to be him or Newton from Illinois. I think Murphy's going to test better production.
Another
Denver?
good B+ player.
No, I think he's an A.
Yeah?
I think he's an A. Yeah, I think he's him and the Sweat Kid. I hope the Patriots get the Sweat Kid in the second round.
Murphy killed you guys, right?
We were –
Yeah,
that was
they both did.
Yeah, that was like the whole reason we had Texas being good at all. We were like, well, this offense, these guys are huge.
D tackles.
Yeah, these guys are huge.
Yeah, massive humans.
And then Penix and the boys just put the belt to the ass. Like, that was great. I don't even think they got a sack.
Put the belt to the ass. That's good.
Yeah, I know Penix barely got sacked at all in the whole college football playoff run.
No, and now that guy's the Seattle O-line coach, which fucking blows because he was my O-line coach for like a month.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he dipped. He never wanted to be there.
That's the storyline of Alabama this offseason. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Just we can't have anything anymore.
That's still a step forward.
I feel super bad. Yeah. All right, who's 12? Broncos. That's interesting.
I had them going with the best corner, best DB in the draft, Terrion Arnold.
You don't think they go quarterback here?
No. Who are they going to take, McCarthy or Bo Nix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they'll go quarterback here, but I was going to say, I could totally see the Broncos going quarterback later, for sure.
They could be a sneaky trade-up candidate.
That's what I'm saying, just because Sean Payton.
They have some young guys.
They have some young guys. I was also thinking they could be a team that trades with Washington somehow. I could see Russell Wilson playing for the Commanders and Dan Quinn for a year, and if they that's not crazy. I mean, he coached them before, right, in Seattle. I mean, he was
or the Pats.
Oh, stop it! The problem with the Broncos trading up is they don't have anything to trade up with the
Broncos.
Because they don't have any.
They would probably have to give up Surtain.
Yeah,
trade the airport,
they could trade Judy or Sutton.
So now you got Gecse with yours. You have Alabama secondary, Terrion Arnold and Patrick Surtain, 2 best cornerbacks in Bama's history, maybe.
Whoa, no.
Who?
No.
Who would be
in Bama's history? Yeah, well, just definitely Surtain, and then you got to throw in guys like Marlin.
Oh,
do you consider Mika a corner? He played the dime nickel role, which is technically a corner. I could go on all day, but
I was thinking safety.
Surtain's number 1.
Forgot about Humphrey.
Brian Branch.
Cyrus Jones might be higher up on the list.
Cyrus Jones, throwback to Patriot legend.
D. Milner, remember that name?
I do remember D. Milner. He played for the
Jets.
Jets.
Bust.
All right.
All-time bust.
What pick are we at?
Vegas. I have them going Talisi Fagu, or whatever, however you say his name, the tackle from Oregon State. Again, just take the best player available. Highest graded run blocker in the entire country.
Ooh.
Yeah. What do you think Antonio Pierce is going to want to do? Run the ball.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs factor. I was going to say the same thing, so we'll just keep it moving.
All right, New Orleans. I have them taking who I think is the best defensive player in the draft, Dallas Turner. You need somebody to like kind of take over where Cam Jordan's gonna kind of finish. I mean, Dallas Turner, like if you watch it, he plays with an edge. Played with a Grillin versus Tennessee. That was sweet.
Nice beast.
That is cool.
He's a part of the murder gang. Della.
Nice.
Shout out.
Yeah.
But he's a guy that I think he had 8 sacks as a freshman, and then kind of everybody on the defense had a bad year 2 years ago under Pete Golding, and then this year he obviously had not a breakout year, but just another year of excellence, SEC Defensive Player of the Year. And then, he's a freak athlete, long arms. If you watch the SEC championship game, that sack he just bullied the right tackle, or left tackle.
Yeah, he's been a beast.
But
he's been a beast. That freshman campaign was nuts.
Yeah, I think he had 2 sacks in the Natty.
Potentially.
As a freshman. Yeah.
I think he might have as well.
That's
Is that 15?
Yeah. Now I have Indy. I went Nate Wiggins, the Clemson corner.
Right?
I think he's probably the second best corner. Yeah. Yep.
Fire.
Yeah, I think he was the highest graded guy in man coverage. Just take the right player or the smart player.
Yep. Don't do anything dumb.
Yeah, like I hate when teams take the workout warriors like Trevon Walker. Like if you just took Hutchinson, that's a 10+ sack guy a year.
Yep.
Like
they're so dumb. Yeah. They're so dumb. All right, that's fire.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our early edition 1.
Did I text you, Quinn? No, I texted you guys. Yeah, the fucking kid this morning in my 8 a.m. econ class was wearing black pants, red shirt, and a tiger hat. Yeah. Guy was ready.
That is nuts.
That's awesome.
Dude, I'm telling you, that Tiger Woods logo is going to be worth something in a couple of years.
Yeah. Do you like the new stuff? I could care less. I think it's kind of.
We haven't talked about it yet, but I'm for some reason like not a big fan of it.
I like the head cover. That's about it.
I haven't seen like that stuff. I've just been looking at the clothes and the logo itself. Yeah. The branding is obviously like really good. Like it's really professional. It's really smooth. Like in terms of their like graphics and all that, which is what I look at. In the logo by itself, I'm like, oh, cool logo.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when I see it on golf stuff, I'm like, It's just so hard to go against the Swish, dude.
It seems like
I only like the logo. Don't give me anything that says the Sun Day Red. I hate it too.
I don't get that either. What's that about? Yeah. What's that about?
Because he played in the sun all day or something like that. They probably just couldn't trademark it.
Now I know you spell sun. To me, it kind of gives me like knockoff Puma vibes. Like it's the cat running long ways. But I inside, like I think I'm starting to hate it. But I think it's just because. Like, this is just the Tiger Woods era coming to a close, and it's making me upset. Like, he's not with Nike anymore. Yeah. He's never going to wear the Nike swoosh on a Sunday. He's doing all these different things. He's not going to be winning tournaments every year. It's like, this is the end of an era. And this is, like, the focal point of that message. Yeah. But I think it would be a lot cooler if he started it earlier in his career and like ran with it. Like,
well, if he had it like on the like Brady had TB12 kind of
like the Jordan brand thing. Like if he started it and then turned it into a post career thing where it's like he wore these Sunday red shoes every day and like that'd be sick.
He always had the glove.
Instead, he just wore a red shirt that had the Nike logo.
Yeah. I also don't get how if you're Nike, you're like, we're just gonna let this guy walk. Like, what?
I know everyone was like fine with it. I guess the golf department loses money every year, which
they're getting smoked in golf stuff. Golf clothes are,
but they have because like, it's crazy because like Travis Matthews makes a ton now. Like,
there's so many small speeds now.
Grayson, Peter Millar, but like still like Nike has like Rory, Scheffler, Koepka, like a ton of guys.
Quick Tiger question. Do you think that, like, I was just thinking about this just now, like, could he have done, like, anything that would have been better than Nike?
What do you mean?
Like we're all just like, brand? Whatever. Yeah, new brand. Like, no, is there any design?
His only option was to make his own brand and, like, just wear that, like, nothing else. But no, because if he wore anything else, it would suck.
Like, the design's not bad. Like, the design, it's a cool design, but I'm like, I don't think he could make the coolest design in the world. I don't think I'd buy it.
Yeah, but I think the TW logo is better.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it is better. It is better. Which I've never been a fan of those logos. Like, every athlete has their initials as a logo, and I've never liked it. But
I think it's stupid.
It works.
It was the TW.
It's worked. Yeah.
All right, that was a great interview.
That was so good. That was really good.
Hey, it'd be awesome if he became. We didn't talk about this in the interview with Andrew, but it'd be awesome if he became a real coach, and then
that would be so cool.
And then we could just interview him every week.
Add to his credibility. Yeah, it'd be unreal. Yeah.
But then we could also just, like, every week just talk to him.
Yeah, for reference for our lovely listeners, our College Football Insider may be becoming an actual football coach, like an actual defensive coordinator of football.
Football insider.
So, yeah, literal just football insider.
Football. A literal football.
Yeah. Okay, so NBA All-Star Weekend in Indianapolis coming up. Very exciting stuff. The Celtics just won by 50 plus. Was it 50? I think it was 50 on the dot.
50 on the dot versus the Nets.
50 on the dot versus the Nets. It seems like they always just torch the Nets for some reason. No matter what season, no matter what team they have. We actually
haven't lost to the Nets since Kyrie Irving stomped on Lucky. So
there you go.
Do with that what you will.
You go.
Yeah.
The Celtics are absurdly good.
No, they're on fire. I also I've been saying it all year, but I haven't felt affection for anything in my life like I have for the Celtics team. And I have a great family, like loving parents, really good friends,
great girlfriend,
really good girlfriend. But I don't love anyone like I love the Celtics team.
Yeah, it's unreal.
I mean,
I love seeing Brissy get up.
I love that. I also love the Brissy vlogs. Did you see the vlog the other day? He's just on the team plane and they're just gambling together.
That's all time.
He's filming the whole thing. And they're like, Luke Cornett, get in here. They're like making him throw money on the table. They're doing high card.
That's so awesome.
It's awesome. There was also a Porzingis and Jaylen Brown behind it's called In the Rafters interview, and they're just awesome.
Oh really? Oh, I gotta watch these things.
You gotta watch it. They're telling stories about how their car broke down, they ran out of gas or something because they drive together.
Uh-huh.
And Porzingis drives this old 1999 Mercedes or something, and his car ran out of gas in the middle of Boston.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I saw Porzingis had a quote. Maybe it was from that, but he was like, "I love it here so much."
It was after the game yesterday. He was like, "Yeah, I can't stop smiling. I love it here."
When you win in Boston, which to be fair is most of the teams of the last 25 years, when you win in Boston, I feel like there's no better place to play. You know what I mean? That's what I never get free agents being like, "Oh, dude, I'm not going to Boston." I've never.
It's a sports town. It's the same thing as Philly or
Philly too. New York. Philly's the same way. Except New York just hasn't won, but Philly, yeah.
That's the thing. New York hates everyone because they haven't won. But if the Knicks were winning championships, everyone would
look at the Knicks now. Everyone loves Jalen Brunson. Yeah,
I know. But think about the Phillies' last playoff run. How that stadium was the best vibe in sports I've ever seen.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's the same thing in Boston. When the team's hot, and the fans love it. Yeah, but if we lose one game, it's the worst Jaylen Brown contract of all time.
I know, which is fair. But they're killing it. The all of a sudden, I feel like all of a sudden, again, this goes to your point of one guy just overseeing what people are going to talk about. All of a sudden, there's Jason Tatum MVP takes.
Tatum MVP, which I did.
Where'd that come from?
Right before this started, I just bet it at plus 6,000. So I don't think it's really happening.
Plus 6,000, huh?
Yeah, I was watching the Stephen A. Smith take saying kind of what the only argument is he's the best guy on the best team averaging MVP numbers he is 27, 8 and 7 or whatever it is.
Yep.
Probably a little less than that. But yeah, the other guy on the breakdown was the NBA voters released their their rankings, and Tatum was 5th or something, way down. So he's not really moving the
Yeah,
needle.
so not actually. It's not real.
Yeah.
I do think though that he is.
It could be real.
It could be real. I think he's so like there's some members of the media that say this, like he's so disrespected still as a player. Like, and it's funny, like just hearing people talk about like the way the Celtics team is disrespected too. Like, I need them to win it all this year. Like, I need it because they're so like people talk about them. Russillo made this point, and I had this experience in real life yesterday. People talk about them like the 76ers sometimes. Like, I'm here across the country in Los Angeles where, you know, I haven't met one other Celtics fan here. Yeah. And there's fans from all over because there's a bunch of transplants here. But like they're all like dude, you know how many lottery picks they've whiffed on? Like, no one talks about that. Like, Tatum's not really that guy. And I'm like, what are we doing? What you
guys haven't made out of the second round ever.
Who's been better? Like, you have this guy, like there's this narrative that Jason Tatum isn't clutch. And it's like, yeah, I don't really trust Tatum when it comes down to it. Who has the record for most points in a game 7? Jason Tatum. 51, right? Against Philly last year.
It's also like they say like Luka and Shai are like way better than Jason Tatum. Way better. They haven't won anything. Like, neither is Jason Tatum fair.
But he's gotten farther.
You can't put him way higher. He's been to the finals. Has Shai even won a playoff series?
No. Tatum's been to the finals. He's been to like a gazillion conference championships. Luka's been to one conference championship and lost.
Right. And they got smoked.
Like, and by the way, everyone gets better when he leaves Luka. But like, and Tatum, like that Bucks closeout game, I forget what it was, 48 or something against Milwaukee a couple years ago. Like, they don't win that without Tatum. No. Like, again, I obviously like. And again, it's kind of a joke at this point, but he's 25. I went to look it up today. I just assumed he's 27, 28. He's 25.
19. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy.
But he's still, so like Jordan didn't win till he's 27. LeBron didn't win till he's 27. Like, we're 26. Like, you still have like what? My question is like, what else would you like him to do? You know?
No,
like
but that's the thing. He
one of the
really
5
care.
greatest players ever. You know?
Yeah,
like,
it's tough because he is in an era where there's a lot of great players, but it's also like Embiid won MVP, and people this year are saying like Tatum can't win MVP because he doesn't have that winner. Like, Embiid can't win shit.
What? Yeah,
he can't win anything.
It's this weird Kobe effect where, like, again, I love Kobe personally. I think I love Kobe a lot for his things beyond just his play style. But like, you look at everyone's like, oh, he's not really Kobe.
Alleged.
Oh, sure. And like, it's like, oh, he's not the killer like Kobe. And it's like, okay, right. He also doesn't take horrendous shots. He's also a way better passer. Way better defender. Yeah. So it's like, and I love Kobe, but it's like, it's this weird, like, we're putting these basketball is like 10 different attributes and what constitutes a great player, and they're all pretty equal. And then you have this one thing that people are just like, oh, he needs to be a killer though. And it's like, a 51 in a playoff game, a 51 in a game 7 elimination game. It's like, I know. And
he also had like, to be fair, he has had some bad playoff games, some bad playoff series. LeBron James scored like whatever it was. He averaged like 7 points against the Mavericks. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, again, these people are human. Like, just because he's not clutch every time doesn't mean he's not clutch.
Right. And again, it's like the bar is like, okay, so you want him to be like Michael Jordan? Like, I don't know. Like, what's you want him to be Kobe, who, by the way, Kobe airballed 4 straight times to lose a playoff series. Tatum has never done anything close to that horrible. So it's like,
no, he's been clutch and he hasn't been clutch, but there's guys like Embiid that just have never been clutch.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes.
So it's like Tatum's sure had some tough moments, but you can't hit every shot.
Right.
But like other guys like Embiid, like Luka's never won like a championship. Shai's never even been to one. So if we're talking about, I mean, we can get into it. MVP this year. I was thinking about it. Embiid's hurt. Jokic, like voter fatigue. Jokic and Giannis.
He also has been getting cooked recently,
quietly, but also like voter fatigue is a real thing. They've both won twice, which is why Jokic didn't win last year. And Jokic has no aura. People like talk about this. People use aura as like a Twitter debate thing, but like Jokic is not the face of the league like he should be. Like he has.
I think it's an actually massive problem for the NBA, but yes,
it's huge. There's no face of the NBA. Like once LeBron's out.
By the way, who's the greatest American basketball player in the world right now?
Victor Wembanyama.
Jason Tatum. Probably.
I mean, LeBron.
Okay, so it's LeBron or Tatum in terms of, but like in terms of right now, like
Yeah.
Tatum's
Oh,
probably
like this year? Yeah.
I mean this year, yeah. I mean this year,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I guess.
But
Yeah.
that's just interesting to think about. It's like, oh, he's the greatest American basketball player,
Yeah, that
and
is
he's still
crazy.
like, yeah,
Shout out
like
St. Louis. But
right.
yeah, Embiid's hurt. Jokic and Giannis, like voter fatigue. They're probably would get vote like I don't know. I don't think they'll win MVP if I'm being honest. Luca is a 7 seed. Like he's not going to win MVP as a 7 seed. And then so it's Tatum or SGA. And
Yeah,
have whatever you want. SGA is probably scoring a little more because he gets more shots. Tatum's a little bit better
yeah.
of a defender, and he's more in the team setting right now. But they have a better record.
I would give it to Tatum. I mean, I'd give
Tatum
it to
probably
Tatum
has just as many win shares, if not more, than SGA. So
for sure. He also
it's
does
crazy.
more. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he does more. It's crazy. I mean, Tatum's obviously on a team with a lot more all-star caliber players, so he gets a little his greatness is kind of washed down just being on that good of a team, but that doesn't like take away from what he's done. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's the thing. I saw this thing where it was like SGA's never had a 34, 8, and 7 game, and then it was like if Luka had that, all of his averages would go down.
I know the Luka stuff's crazy because it's just like every year.
But yeah,
every year he's just going to be like Wilt Chamberlain and then never be able to win a championship. Like he'll average the most insane stats and then never have an opportunity because his team's bad or because he's not good enough to make his teammates better.
The Harden
that he
thing.
won't. Yeah, I know. It does seem kind of like a Harden thing.
Yeah,
but he's awesome.
But yeah, I just need like we talk about narratives. Imagine how much the narrative changes if the Celtics team wins it all this year. It's completely.
It is crazy. It is crazy. But SGA is second right now in All-Star votes. And like, what does he do better than Tatum? Like, he scores more.
He's
for
really
sure.
handsome.
I don't know. His face is kind of boxy.
People like him. People like the way he looks. I've heard.
People like the way Tatum looks too.
That's true. That's true.
Keep that shirt off, Mr. Tatum.
Okay.
Keep that shirt off. But it's like he averages 5 more points. Does that does that show your value? Really? Like points? Like if Tatum wanted to, he could average 35
It's basically the same. The same, I'd say.
Basically. We're not even we have no idea what either of them average for stats.
I think it's like I think SGA averages 30 and Tatum averages like 27.
He definitely averages way more assists too.
Oh, SGA? Yeah, that's true. He's smooth as hell. He's smooth as hell. I love the SGA thing. Like if the Celtics weren't on this like historical run, you know, if the Celtics.
I would be fine with SGA winning it this year, not Tatum. But like Tatum deserves.
I would too.
Tatum deserves to be in that conversation, which is like he hasn't been. So
I agree. Yeah, it's very very disrespectful. Any thoughts on Mazzulla as he got his 100th win? 137.
Yeah, I love the guy. I have no thoughts on him. I just love him. I just want him to know that I love him every day. I think about him before bed. That's all. I have no thoughts on that. I just want him to know that he's loved.
He's a little. Maybe you can make the argument that he's kind of like. I won't use a basketball analogy, but like a little bit Mike Tyson-y, like the knockout punch with his style of play. It's like good luck beating that. Like when they're on, they're unbeatable. And it's like some teams are on, and it's like, all right, they're good, but we'll beat them. You know what I mean? There's a formula. Like when the Celtics are on, it's
it's the live by the 3, die by the 3. Like if they're making their shots, they're playing good defense. You can't really beat them.
Good luck. Yeah. So it's a bit.
No, they're just on fire. They already locked up like a positive record for the year, over 500.
Yeah. 137 is ridiculous.
137 to start the career. He's obviously been dealt a good hand, but he hasn't folded.
So was the Bucks guy.
Oh yeah, and the one they just hired, who has
Adrian Griffin.
Who can't be in games.
Doc Rivers sucks. It's awesome. That's all I got NBA wise and basketball wise.
The other NBA stuff I had, which I'm gonna get into Steph Curry stuff. We're gonna have Aiden on in a week or two.
Oh, sweet.
But Isaiah Stewart is in jail.
Okay, so I saw the headline of that. Didn't read into it because didn't read into it. Tell me what happened there.
He punched someone on, was it Drew Eubanks? It was some.
Yes, it was Drew Eubanks.
Okay, he punched Drew Eubanks like pregame in the face, and then just got arrested. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, got arrested. So he's out tonight due to jail.
Due to jail.
Another headline I saw on Twitter is that Giannis said he could enter the 3-point contest if he really tried. Like if he committed, he knows he's skillful enough to learn to be good enough at shooting threes. You couldn't. You don't have to say you're good at everything. You
disagree. And by the way, if you could do that, why don't you do it for your normal game?
Yeah, I mean, if you could do it, just do it.
Right, do it because it's like what else are you doing? You know,
that's also a skill that'd be great to have. You know.
Right. No. It's not like a separate. It's not like Giannis being like, oh, if I really wanted to, I could get really into cooking. You know.
But it's also like if I wanted to, I could get really good at 3-point shooting, so that way I could enter the 3-point contest. Not so like I'd be good at basketball.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's not like a separate thing. This is like what you do. You know.
You don't need the 3-point contest as motive to make threes.
Right. It's like Romeo Langford being like, well, if I really tried, I could be like a top 10 player in the league. It's like,
yeah, but
okay,
like,
so what are we?
Do it.
That's odd. That's an odd thing to say.
Yeah, that's all I got. Other than big Sunday this weekend, Daytona 500.
Daytona, big Sunday for me. I'm going to be locked in a cave.
Really, editing?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. I tried to call my dad. He didn't answer.
Oh, the savant.
I think he's out drafting a team right now.
Oh, for Daytona.
A NASCAR team. He does NASCAR fantasy with his boys.
That's awesome.
So,
that's awesome.
I'm not sure who he's got. I'm taking – this is my pick. I'm going away from my junior strategy, which, by the way, I'm 1 for 1 on my picks.
Okay.
I got it last year. This year, I'm going to go Ross Chastain.
Oh, Chastain.
Ross Chastain, 28-1.
Okay.
Looked him up, Ross Chastain, and I'm pretty sure first thing I noticed, looks like he's got a little bit of a lazy eye.
Okay.
And I like that in a driver. I like that.
In a driver.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Narrows it down. Can you
well, it just adds a little wild card factor.
I like that. I do like that.
That was kind of the only reason I chose him. I looked up Ross Chastain and saw a little lazy eye, and I wrote that down in my paper. I said, that's who's winning the Daytona 500. So
there you go.
Book it in. 28-1.
I'm going to go with my same exact pick as last year, the Daytona specialist, they call him, Denny Hamlin. He's FedEx guy, so I had his car growing up as a little action figure. Pretty sweet. Right. So that's been my guy. I also, the Wagon's Instagram feed is very specialized. We follow Denny Hamlin's podcast, so I see his face quite
We follow a lot of Denny Hamlin stuff.
A lot of Denny Hamlin stuff and Ricky Stenhouse stuff. So
we're all over Ricky Stenhouse.
Yeah, Stenhouse is going to show up, do his thing. You know, I mean, is anyone shocked if Stenhouse repeats? Yes,
that'd be the least surprising.
It's been done like 3 times.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's in it.
He's something crazy odds. He is in it.
I think that was like a crazy pick by me last year. Like
it was absurd.
Yeah,
and your dad said it too, right?
He was like, he's
out of like 6 guys.
Well, he said he was good at stadium tracks, like so the big.
Okay. Yeah.
Big.
I can't believe you said Stenhouse.
Races.
Yeah. Stenhouse is it's Hamlin's like 10-1, which that feels crazy. I don't know NASCAR that well, but isn't it like, especially for something like at Daytona, like there's a gazillion drivers.
Yeah, but it's like the best of the best really win. You got to have a good car. I think it's all about the car, and Denny Hamlin gets a good car.
Him and Keselowski, I believe, are the co-favorites.
I saw Keselowski was like really heavy favorite. Who's been around? These guys have been around forever.
That's what I'm saying. I had this guy's car when I was like 6.
The Blue Deuce. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, him too. Yeah, that was Keselowski.
No, that was Keselowski. Yeah, he drove whatever that beer was, Miller Lite, Bud Light.
I think it was Miller Lite. Yeah.
Yeah. Used to love that car, the Blue Deuce.
Yep.
All right. Well,
I think it was 8. I think. Dude, those.
That's all we got.
That just a little prop. That Dunkin' commercial, like shamelessly.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's like, oh, the Boston guys should like that commercial. I fucking love that commercial.
Yeah,
oh my God.
I was on Boner Alert for sure.
It was so good, so good.
Yeah, that was awesome. We will be looking into purchasing some jumpsuits.
So they're real expensive. They're real expensive. They made those things expensive.
They upped them?
No. Just like what we saw.
Dude, 60 is not bad for a fancy
I know,
jacket.
That's true, honestly. That's not that crazy.
60 is not bad.
I know. I really want to. My only thing would be like, is it still cool to wear them like 2 weeks after the fact? You know,
it would be cool to wear it in 5 years at a Red Sox game, and people would be like, "Dude, remember that commercial?"
Oh my God, those guys! Hell yeah!
Yeah, that would be cool. I think
I wish they had the Red Sox stuff on it that they had in the commercial, but I don't think Dunkin' has the licensing or whatever. But
I think we should do it.
Seeing Brady, that was the most like that type of Brady. I'm like, okay, this guy can work on TV in that regard because he just plays like the straight man. He's like, "What's up?" And it's like funny because he's not Brady. I'm like,
yeah. We could wear it, dude. We'll wear it to the Celtics parade. You could wear it to any. Well, maybe stay away from parades, but you could wear it to any Boston sporting event for the rest of your life.
That's true. I might need it. I think a decision's been made.
All right. Well, we'll talk on that after. But that's the podcast. Coming up on episode 500. We're almost there.
Almost there. We will be doing not a full episode, just a little check-in review for the Patriots documentary.
Right. In some format or the other, you'll get a review. All right, I'm just gonna close this thing out.
Okay.
Have a great
week. Just close it out. Give it for the week.
It is Walter Mondale. I'd like to wish everyone good fortune and good riddance on this week.
Okay.
Yeah. So have a good week.
Make sure to tell someone you love that you love them.
Make sure to give someone a piece of you. Okay. All right. Goodbye.